Tis, tis, tis. Y'all listen, it's story time. We gotta get into it. Hey Nicole, I need your help. I lied to you and told you I had a speeding ticket. Actually,
Mobile home mommy.
tis, tis, tis. Y'all listen, it's story time. We gotta get into it. All right, so I love wholesaling mobile homes. It's what I do, baby. I love wholesaling mobile homes. That being said, sometimes in this industry, you will get into sticky situations. So here's the scenario. Here's what happened. So I found a seller, right? Actually, the lead was given to me. The lead was given to me by a fellow mobile home investor. They're not in this area. They're like, hey, just pay me a referral fee, $1,000, no problem. Talked to the owner. She wanted $2,000 for the mobile home. It was an older mobile home in the early 80s. I told her, listen, I could get you $500. Did some negotiating tactics. She said, okay, let's do $500. Within 2 weeks, I get that mobile home sold. I showed the mobile home twice. Well, once I got it sold, my buyer, he was like, yes, I want it. He came actually to my office and paid me for the mobile home. Sight unseen. He had only saw the pictures on Facebook. Now let's pause. Let's rewind that. I've never had someone do that. It didn't make me feel comfortable because I'm like, well, what if he changes his mind? I don't want to have to deal with that. But you know what? He seemed adamant. I'll do it. We took his money. We got our paperwork notarized and we were due to meet the very next day at the bank. We were supposed to meet at the bank. He didn't show up and we were supposed to go to the DMV. I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, oops, I forgot I had court. How many people do you know that forget that they have court? So I'm like, okay, no problem. Maybe he forgot he had court. He said he had a speeding ticket. Okay, no problem. So he missed that appointment, no problem. We move forward. The next week we decide, let's meet on a Monday again. Okay, we're gonna meet. He calls me and said, hey Nicole, I need your help. I lied to you and told you I had a speeding ticket. Actually, I am going to jail for over a year. I need you to write a letter to say that I purchased a mobile home from you so I can get hopefully some extra time. As a matter of fact, since you know me for a week, wouldn't you say that I'm a good person? What would you rate me from on a scale of 1 to 10? Would you be a character witness for me? I listen, y'all. No lie, I immediately said, you joking, right? And I started chuckling. He was like, no, I'm very serious. Oh, Lord. Well, listen. In my former life, I was a social worker. I do have a master's degree as a social worker, so my brain went into effect. This man needs help. How can I help him? Now, pause. I know you want to say, but you don't know what he did. Maybe he did this. Maybe he did that. That ain't none of my business. All I know is I sold this man a mobile home and it has to be moved. I need to get him this housing. So you're right. Don't judge me. I did go to court the very next day. I wrote a letter and the letter said, hey, such and such has bought a mobile home from me. He has this amount of time to move it or he's going to lose his money. Okay. And I'm a bad mama. Shut your mouth. The judge, off of that letter, did give him an extra 30 days. Okay? He got an extra 30 days. So I'm excited because we done purchased some time, right? Thank God. We done purchased some time to help him get this mobile home moved, right? Cool. So now he's like, okay, we can go to the DMV. Him and we go to the DMV. I take the title as I normally do. My seller has already signed it. It's clear. It's ready to go, right? You check the front of the title. It has no liens. Mari said, the lie detector said, that's a lie. I give her the title like I normally do. She looks at it and said, hey, Nicole, we have a problem. What problem do we have? She said, this mobile home has been reported stolen. Now, My buyer is here with me. And I feel like everybody in the DMV got quiet and was just staring at me. No lie, y'all. Out of all days, normally the DMV has heavy commotion. It was only about 4 or 5 people in there. And I promise you, the side of my face started burning because I felt everybody looking at me. And I said, well, what do you mean? She said, well, 3 months ago, this mobile home was reported stolen and I can't transfer it. And you've already got it notarized, so it's nothing I can do. So I'm like, okay, well, listen. Let me call. I had to remain calm because now my buyer is looking at me. And I look at him and I said, it's probably a misunderstanding. Let me call the owner because I was helping her sell this to get it off the property. He's like, I trust you, Nicole. You've done so much for me so far. Thank you. I said, yeah. Now on the inside, I'm screaming, I'm crying, and my back is sweating. But I can't show that on the outside. So on the outside, I'm remaining calm. I stand over to the side, right? I stand over to the side and I call the seller. The seller is like, oh my gosh, that shouldn't be the case. That mobile home isn't stolen. I said, I understand, but I need you to call this county and tell them that it was reported stolen. She says, you know what? Actually, I reported a trailer that you attached to the back of a pickup truck stolen. She said, maybe it was some confusion there. I'll call them and I'll call you back. I also have an excellent relationship with my DMV person. So I don't want her to think anything ill of me because I've done several transactions, right? Once my buyers come, I'm like, listen, let's just come back. Give me some time to get this situated. He's like, oh, no problem, Nicole. Let's do that. My seller is trying to figure everything out. She calls the county. They're like, yeah, you reported a trailer stolen. She's upset because she's older. And she's like, yes, I reported it stolen, but it was a trailer that goes on the back of my brother's pickup truck, not my mobile home. They assure her that everything is going to be fixed. No problem. We'll take care of it. 2 weeks later, it has still been reported stolen. So at this point, her and I scheduled to go to the police department last week, right? And we went last week. We met with the detective that took the police report. He gave us a written statement. He also contacted the state office in Raleigh, North Carolina. The issue now has officially been resolved. Here is the pointers I want you all to get from this video. Right. Number 1, was I under pressure? Hell yeah. Did I crack? I couldn't, right? I didn't want my buyer to think, oh my gosh, I gave this lady money sight unseen. She's selling me a stolen mobile home. My DMV lady, this is why it's important to build relationships. She said, hey baby, this has been reported stolen, but all you need to do is contact this phone number, get her to contact the county. She knew from the deals that I do by coming to the DMV that she knew that I didn't steal the mobile home or wasn't trying to sell stolen goods. It's important to build relationships. It's important to not crack under pressure. It was several people staring at me, you guys, I promise, okay? Also, stay in communication with your seller. The deal is not done until, in this case, this mobile home had to be moved. So although I received my money and the person that gave me the lead, I gave them their cut, and the seller, I gave her money, this mobile home deal isn't done until I got that mobile home moved. Just because I also learned that the title was clear in the front and it had no liens on it, it was still reported stolen. That's the first time I've ever dealt with that. It was no way for me to know unless I took it to the DMV. It was nothing that I did wrong, but it was no way for me to know. So from that, the person that gave me the lead and asked for a referral fee, what I would do going forward is I wouldn't pay any referral fees until the title has been transferred. So going back, if I could change anything, remember she wanted $2,000. I talked her down to $500. My person who sent me the lead, they wanted $1,000. I gave them $1,000 and I sold the mobile home for $5,000. I still wouldn't disperse any funds until everything is 100% done. Why? Because look at where the situation ended. What if I couldn't have gotten it fixed? I would be out of $1,000. if I decided to give him his money back, I would be out of $1,000. So I'm telling you all this because I'm no expert. I've been in it over 2 years and I've learned a lot, but you will still continue to learn new stuff as you go along. So I hope you all enjoyed this story. Please chime in with your comments down below of what you would have done different or what you learned from it. And until next time, peace.
Mobile Home Mommy.